Facebook, what's going on? What's up? Mighty Facebook, man. Once again, we are live on our Speak on the podcast, man. And this is Phantom J, man. And as we wait for my co-host to come on, man, we want to thank everyone for looking and viewing the podcast, man. We just want to thank everyone. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, and we live right now, man. We just want to thank everyone for coming out. And as you come on, man, we just waiting for viewers and everyone to come on, man. So just want to get that, you know, welcome everybody for tonight's broadcast. Tonight, man, we're really talking about. There was a controversy over in um, over in Bastrop, Louisiana, where the students they had a protest uh, for um, they wanted to ban the hoodies, and they wanted to ban cell phones out of Bastrop High School, and the children didn't like that, and they were protesting, and we're gonna talk about that tonight. So we're gonna get into it once our co-hosts get in. So I just want to kind of know what's going on, man. Last night was the BET Hip Hop Awards, man, and you had Drake and you had Kendrick Lamar, man, out there cutting up. You know what I'm saying? K. Dot Kung Fu Kenny. They call him Pulitzer Kenny. And we had Drake. We had the award winning from Breakthrough Artist from Glorilla. She signs to what's that my man name from Memphis, Tennessee? Yo Gotti. She signed to his label, and she won as Breakthrough Artist of 2022. The podcast Drink Champs and the Young Miami podcast, they got tied as far as for new platform, and there was a host of artists on the BET Awards, man, that they had with uh, last night. We had the two juggernauts, the two titans, uh, Drake and Kendrick Lamar to win some awards, man, and it was awesome. I think Kendrick Lamar got best album of the year. Drake took home his. You had Drake with 14 nominations, as well as Kanye West with 10, and Kendrick Lamar with 9 nominations. And it was awesome last night. So you had song of the year was Lotto, Big Energy, Hit of the Kid, Glorilla, FNF, Let's Go, Jack Harlow, First Class, and you had a few others, Cardi B and Drake, Hot Shit, Kodak Black, Super Gremlin, Future, Drake and Tim's, Wait for You. I like that song. That's pretty dope. Drake featuring Young Thug, Way Too Sexy. Then you had those are the winners. Hip hop album of the year was Lotto, Drake, Kanye West, Future, Pusha T, Nas, and Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar album, in my opinion, was one of the biggest albums to date. They had his concert out here in Dallas, man, and and those that went said it was a big concert. So he had hip hop artist of the year, and we had producer of the year. One producer I know is Hitmaker, Kanye West, Metro Boomin, For Real, Hit Boy, Baby Kim, ATL, Jacob. We've heard all these artists. Best breakthrough artist was Baby Kim, Blix, Dochi, Fabio Foreign, Glorilla, Nada Wick, Saucy Santana. And the list goes on for best hip hop, video, best collaboration, best duo. You can look at all the list of the winners on BET.com. You can look on People.com for the list of the winners. So man, it was an awesome night last night, man, and we're gonna just keep it moving. Also, we want to pray for those that in Puerto Rico and in Florida, man, and that weather pattern, that hurricane I think that's what it was. It was last week, a couple weeks ago. Man, bringing torrential rain, and it done a lot of damage. And President Biden pledged his support for the island of Puerto Rico. And we're gonna pray for the people in Puerto Rico, man, with all that bad weather due to a lot of climate change. What's happening now is that you're getting more frequent rainfall. You're getting more frequent, hurricanes, floods. The earth is the weather pattern is changing. You got the polar ice caps that are melting. I know over in Las Vegas, they were talking about how they have to really conserve the water because there's a water shortage in the city of Las Vegas in Nevada. So they have to control and govern the water. And they showed us a lake that was there that you can see the rim of that lake. It was the little white piece looked like a dried up rim. He pointed to it. The guy pointed to it and said that rim of that dry piece that you see at the top was where the lake was 20 years ago. And he said that rim of that dry space is the height of the Statue of Liberty. So it's showing you, about how the earth is moving and dealing and rotating and things and activities happening on the earth. So we just want to stay abreast of that, man. It's been a long week, man. I'm a little tired, off today, took a little rest, and we're gonna get into these subjects, man. And we just want to thank everybody for supporting us with this, and just hoping that everybody's week was good. We had another artist out of I think L.A. His name was Half Hours. He got killed, and man, I don't know what's happening as far as with the artists and the younger generation, man. Why so much murder with the young artists, man, and we got so much envy and jealousy in our community, in the hip hop community, that we killing one another, and that's something that is sad and unfortunate. And getting out of what's up, Jay?
What's up with it?
And getting this thing ready, just wrapping up this hip hop news. But yeah. So this young rapper has been he got killed. Man, it's just unfortunate. The things that are happening now, and we just it's something that is sad. The sad development, and with the young people, man. A lot of the young people that I talk to, they're kind of upset. They don't want to get guidance from the our generation, or generation previous from us, because some of them, they feel that we sold them out or we failed them because we really didn't protect them. We didn't raise them in a lot of cases, and sometimes the street raised them, a grandma, and we really didn't have the wherewithal to secure a future for the generation that's now, that you see on social media, man. That social media is dictating a lot of the mindset of the young people, man. That they battling with depression, they battling with all types of things, because social media is telling them that they ugly. Social media telling them that they're not good enough. But what they not understanding is that on social media, you just getting a capsule shot of people's lives. You don't know on that picture when you see those people at in Cancun or in Mexico in the water. You don't know how much money they spent to get to Mexico. You don't know if they thinking about in their mind how they gonna pay their rent when they get back, because they spent all their rent money in Mexico. They got a budget in their head because they don't know how they gonna get eat from day to day, because their eyes are there. They will spend over budget because they want to live a life and post it on Facebook or Instagram or Twix or uh, 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 TikTok or these different places, and Twitch. I'm sorry, not Twitch, but Twitch. and post it on these different places. But what people don't understand is that you look at people, but you're just looking at a snapshot and not really seeing the story on how and what's happening, in those people's personal lives. So you got people that just really, can feel down and out, with the imagery. So tonight, man, we're really gonna deal with the youth. Uh, in Bastrop, man, they had a controversy with the cell phones and the hoodies. Um, and dealing with the cell phones and the hoodies, as we were coming up, we had rules in high school. Um, and for the most part, we followed those rules. And in my time, we didn't have no cell phones. We talked to a girl or talked to anybody we didn't know nothing about going on live, nothing about nothing. We just lived and existed, got out of school. Now, in our generation, we had some problems, but what's happening today, dealing with the cell phone and dealing with the hoodies. With the hoodies, I don't necessarily know why they don't want them to have the hoodies. Cell phones is something that I can kind of understand. Then kind of with the parents kind of encouraging the students, to, thanking them for standing up to themselves. But there were picket signs made from paper talking about F this teacher, F the principal. That's not how you picket, man. That's not how you protest in a school. Uh, not by name calling. And when in school, you got to follow rules. But a lot of times, you it's easy to say to follow rules, but you know, the children are quick to say that, hey, you did it too. But it's your time to live, and you gotta. But we followed the rules. Now it's a controversy on who, what are they going to do, and what type of policy are they going to establish. Now, my thing is, how did they implement it? Did they implement? Did they implement this thing properly? Did they implement the policy properly? Did they let the students know ahead of time, or did they just bring them up to brought it up on them and just surprised them with it? So Jay Austin, and we want to it's a guest in here. We want to thank you, Mem. We just want to thank you for chiming in with us. Jay, what are you thinking? And kind of give me a little bit more full scope, because you're familiar with Bastrop. Because I'm from Monroe, so you're familiar, and let the viewers know what's going on.
Well, I'm not as in touch with Bastrop as I used to be.
Okay.
But just to speak on the rule thing.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you have rules throughout life.
Right.
When I was working as a assistant director over a call center. Now these are grown people that's working in these call centers.
Right.
And I had to put out a directive saying that you cannot have your cell phone on your desk.
Right.
And there was a major uproar, but it's a rule.
Right.
And we put it out there because the cell phones were distracting them from doing the job that you're getting paid to do. Right. Well, we're grown. We're not we treated like a kid. No, you're an employee. Right. And you have a job to do. And this device is causing you not to properly perform your duties. Right. Now, you can choose to keep your phone, but you're going to keep it somewhere else. You're going to leave this company because this is our rule.
Right, right.
So compromised. They had a drawer on their desk, so I allowed them to leave it partially open just in case they had emergencies.
Right.
Now, as a child or as a student, you're there for learning.
Right.
There's no need for you to have a cell phone.
Right.
There's no need for you to have a cell phone during class. If you're on your breaks or recesses or whatever, then hey, do what you need to do as far as phones go. But you're in a controlled environment, which you're supposed to be there to learn.
Right.
So follow the rule, whether they sprung it on them or not. You're a kid.
Right.
And that's what's wrong with a lot of society today. They're giving too much leeway to different people, to
right.
kids, to social media, and they're allowing that to dictate what you're supposed to do in society,
right.
or in that particular entity. At this point, while we're referring to schools, you cannot allow children to run the school.
Right.
So they don't need cell phones. I don't know about the hoodies and all that good stuff. I don't see that as a major issue. But I don't know why that rule would be implemented. Mm-hmm. But as far as cell phones go, I'm good with that, because there's no need for them in this particular environment.
Right. Let me see. Let's see. Okay. All right. The kids soft in today's with no explanation needed. These rules have been established back in PE. That's right, ma'am. It was established back in PE. I mean, we did that, man. And we have to just take accountability. Look, with the cell phones, this is what I can say, Jay. I can say with the cell phones is that due to the environment today, with school shooting, mass shootings, that should be some type of provision with the students. I think that the students should have a cell phone, but not on them. I think it should be near them. Whereas they know that this is their cell phone, it's in a box, and if an emergency happens, they can give that cell phone. They can give that cell phone to their child to call that parent. As far as with the hoodie goes, I don't know, what's happening with the hoodies, that they banning the hoodies. I don't see anything wrong with the hoodies. If that's been going on for the longest, I don't know if the children use the hoodies to sleep with. I don't know what's happening. But as far as for safety concerns, I get it for the safety concerns that you want to have the cell phones on the children's thinking, but you're a child. You learning in school from first grade or kindergarten or preschool to high school and college how to obey rules in society. And if you got a problem with an individual or problem with authority, there's a proper way to voice your concern. But to cuss the principal out, cuss the teachers out because they're giving you directives on a rule, that's not how you get things changed in society. I remember going to school. We went to Washington, D.C., and we were fighting for this man. I think his name was Lyndon LaRouche. I don't know. I didn't know what I was fighting for. I just knew that we were going to Washington, D.C., and it was a good trip. But when I got there and learned the process about the four or five branches of government, that got me interested in freedom fighting and speaking on issues. So to do that, we have to really teach our children. We really have to teach our children to. We really have to teach our children to know how to protest, and teach our children the effective way of voicing their concerns instead of being disrespectful. That was disrespectful within itself. And then the parent comes out and told and supported the children and cussing the teachers out, saying that's good that they stood up for themselves. That's not how you stand up for yourself. Standing up for yourself is properly voicing your concerns and moving out on that. That's viewing in protesting and moving on your concerns. Jay, what you thinking?
You know, and with the parents condoning that type of behavior, I mean, what kind of parenting are you doing?
Right.
Because
right.
if you're teaching your child to go against, I mean, this rule is not causing them any harm. It's not hurting them in any way. It's
right.
not oppressing them in any type of way. So for you to be a parent to say that, sure, it's okay to curse out the authority figure. It's okay to not follow the rules. I support you in what you're doing. So the next thing that you're going to be doing is supporting them by putting money on their books.
Right.
Because you are teaching them to be, in a sense, anarchy.
Right.
I mean, there are a lot of things that I don't agree with that goes on in laws and lawmaking, but there are proper channels that you take in order to get those things overturned or get your voice heard.
Right.
And by going in and cursing out the authority figure, I mean, if I went in and cussed out my boss because of something I didn't like, then I'm going to find myself without a job.
Right.
And then that has a snowball effect, because when they call for, you know, I guess there are ways around it, but when they call for a reference or something of that nature, then you're not going to receive a good reference. If they ask if you are hireable or rehireable, then they're going to say no. So then the likelihood of you getting this other job is sometimes slim to none.
Right.
So again, there are proper ways to do things and to voice your opinion and make yourself heard. Right. But on issues that need to be spoke on, and this particular issue, I do not believe causes any harm to the students. It only provide them with enhancements on learning, and gives them the environment to concentrate on what they need to be concentrating on. And rather than reading the text, they should be reading their textbook.
Right. That's right.
What's up, Black?
What's up?
What's going on, man?
You got it.
Yo. Yeah, man. But you're absolutely correct. Because what do you have a cell phone for? Is it you going live in class? What do you actually tell yourself?
They need them. They need them because times are hard. People are crazy. They had that big shooting in Texas. They had big shootings and massive killings at schools all over. So they figure if they have these cell phones, they can notify the parent, whether they at work or wherever, whether they 20 miles away, that they can notify the parent that something's going on, and that the parent can be aware and try to get there, I guess, you know.
Right. I mean, but they still can do that with their cell phones put up. You don't need your cell phone in your hand. What were they doing Because what grades is this? Black, this is high school. Was this the whole school?
High school.
What grades was it? Do you know?
I want to say high school 8 or 9 to 12, 8 to 12.
Okay. High school,
Yep.
8 to 12.
Well,
Yeah.
and so again, yes, there are things that have gone on as it relates to incidents at school, but again, it's okay to have your cell phone in your bag, or have your cell phone put away until something occurs, or if something occurs.
Right.
But also,
Okay.
the school should have safeguards in place in order to help prevent these type of emergencies that would occur where a cell phone would be needed or considered to be needed.
Yeah,
So,
right.
Well, the rule used to be that they keep the cell phones in their bags, and if you got caught in the classroom on the phone, they would take them, and the parent would have to come and get the phone.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that needs to go back to the rule. Now, why that changed, I don't know, but for some reason, I guess the kids was
abusing
they
that.
were abusing that rule, still taking it out, doing their thing. And so I'm in agreement with keep the cell phone in the bag. And if you get caught in class using it, or with it in your hand, take it from you, and the parent has to come get it back. I'm in agreement with that.
Mm-hmm.
Because you just never know. Kid feeling sick, young lady come on her menstrual cycle, and they need to make a phone call, and the office either busy, they can't get to a telephone in the office, and they need to call home. I understand that. Or if they're in the classroom and they're feeling ill and they tell the teacher, hey, I'm not feeling well, can I go call my mom? That I'm in agreement with the cell phone at the school, but keep them in the bags until you're in the hall. But don't pull your cell phone out in class while the teacher's teaching, and definitely not during tests, because it's worse than a calculator. You can Google and get all the answers. So I understand. I'm understanding both sides. I understand where the principal or the school board was coming from, but I do see where they can. I'm hoping they can come to some type of agreement where they keep the phones away in the classroom, but you can use them in the hall. I'm in agreement with that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my thing is, like we used to do when we were in school. Yep, go to the office and use the phone.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, most of the time, your mama not gonna be, your mama or your daddy gonna be at work anyway, and they're not gonna pick up the phone. Half of the time, they don't really want to talk to you no way.
Right.
So, and they don't pay you any attention. So that's another big issue right there. Parents and their kids are being there for their kids, but we'll speak about that on another night.
No, I mean, I get what you're saying, that the parent, well, a lot of them probably not working. They at home, they host card games and dominoes now.
Right.
They not getting out there. A lot of them not getting out there doing that 9 to 5 like our parents did.
Right.
So a parent gonna be around that house.
But that don't mean they're coming up to the school to take care of their kid. If they come on their cycle, then what they gonna do? Bring them some pads or something?
Yeah, come get them so they can come home.
Half of the time they don't even come get them. Especially if they got a card game going on. You think they're gonna leave?
They'll find somebody to cut if they trust.
Yeah.
But the deal is too about the little so-called protests. And everybody's so happy the kids stood up for something. I'm so proud of them for standing up for something. But on the same note, there's a way to do anything. That wasn't no damn protest. That was kids acting a damn fool. That's all that was. That wasn't no damn protest. What I saw on the news and from what people who was at the school, faculty, staff, and all that was saying, that wasn't no damn protest.
Right.
A protest would have been the kids. Actually, they needed somebody needed to orchestrate one for them. They should have got with.
Yeah, they put it together.
They should have got with somebody, an older person, to put together.
And a
like Henry Cotton or a Squeeze, which is French Roy. They should have got with somebody like them and say, hey, we tired of the way they treating us at Bastrop High. We need to let them hear us. What do we need to do? It should have been orchestrated. But a bunch of kids coming together, cursing and acting a damn fool, running up the hall with signs saying they hate this person and fuck that person and all that. That ain't no goddamn protest. That's kids acting a goddamn fool. And the parents sitting around there applauding the shit. That was crazy. What they should have did, if they wanted to protest, do it right.
Right.
Walk out in front of there, just like when Scotty Mann and I was telling Brizzle about this, when Scotty Mann was trying to date Shamithia, and it was the first interracial couple, and the school was unbalanced because the whites didn't like him talking to the blacks and some of the blacks didn't like her talking to him. We all went in the front of the school, just left out of class, went in front of the school and sat, and chilled on the lawn. That's what they should have did. If they wanted to be heard, all the kids should have said, hey, after lunch, we all gonna meet in front of the school and we just gonna sit down on the lawn. And we gonna say, give us our phones or something. Give us our phones. That's a protest. But running up and down the hall, acting goddamn fool, holding your signs up. You don't like this principal. You don't like that teacher. F this, F that. That ain't no damn protest. They should have got up out of class. Hey, y'all. They should have passed it around. We orchestrated stuff when we were in school. We'll say, hey, now who all with this here? At lunch, Friday at lunch, we just gonna all walk to the front of the school and we're not gonna say no. We're gonna wait the second lunch. Everybody just gonna walk off their class. What they gonna do? Suspend us all? And then when second lunch came, everybody would have got up, went to the front of the school, and just sat down. They would have called the police. They would have called the fire truck, whatever. But we all just sitting on the lawn. We just standing outside, minding our own business. But them kids running up and down that hall, acting a damn fool, and the parents backing that up. I'm glad they stood for something. No, your child was acting an ass. And when you did that, all you did was enforce that kid to continue to act an ass for the rest of the school year. Right. And they already not learning that. So it's hard to find faculty. Don't nobody want to be no damn teacher. So it's like, what was it? Oh, they stood up for something. I'm so proud of them.
What they should have been doing and what they should have been teaching the kids or saying to the kids, look at your damn grades.
Right.
What your grades looking like?
Right. Why do you? The parents ain't worrying about no grades.
Why you?
Your parents trying to go to a trail ride. They trying to turn up. They ain't worrying about no grade. They trying to smoke their weed.
And that's the problem. And that's the problem.
That kid out there, that 16-year-old out there hustling the drugs. He bringing the drugs in. He helping with the bills.
So they still have that Negro mentality that you're not gonna be able to. This is all we have. So acting a fool is great to them,
right?
Because that's all Negroes do. Well, no, I'm not.
I'm so glad they stood up for something. I'm so proud of them,
niggas, because that's what niggas do. Negroes are more refined than niggas, so niggas are okay acting a fool.
He told me grind in after 8
Hey,
o'clock.
we got a guest on here. Actually, we got a couple of guests on here. I want to say what's up, brother Greg.
How y'all doing? How's it going, DJ Black?
What's happening with
I gotta be respectful.
Man, I'm just glad to be here. I couldn't wait to get on here. I usually
What?
don't wait on things like this, but hey, those kids are important. And my mom used to teach down there at Bastrop. And if you know what it is to be the child of a teacher, everybody thought your parents was mean and all that kind of stuff, trying to teach these kids that have no home training. So when I heard about phones and why you need a phone at school anyway? How you gonna teach a kid? Hey, I work in corporate America. It makes me upset when someone's standing in Walmart line on the phone or crossing the road on the phone and you trying to pass them. What you gonna do with a phone in school?
Right.
And then wearing a hoodie. I have 2 sons. Found my wife, and I'm like, what you wearing a hoodie for in the summer? Don't you look stupid?
Moms need to go.
You know, I say anybody with a hoodie on in the summertime need to be put in jail.
Right.
Cause you looking like you is about to go crazy.
Yeah, and them young brothers that I work with at the job, man, they wearing hoodies, and it's hot here in Texas, man. And I don't know why they wearing hoodies with shorts. And I'm like, man, what are you wearing a hoodie with shorts?
I mean, we used to dress like that in Oakland, but it gets cold at night.
But it's Texas. This Texas, and we understand how California operate, but how, wearing a hoodie. But let me ask this: what is Bastrop High's in Louisiana's ranking as far as education goes in the state of Louisiana? Do anybody know that?
I think it's an F school.
In the chat where Mim said that Louisiana is 3rd from the bottom in education.
3rd from the bottom in education.
Wow.
3rd from the bottom in education.
The state. Oh.
Okay, we got another. Let's see, Fat Boy. What's going on, man?
What's going on, man? How y'all doing?
Doing good.
Fat Boy, what's happening with you?
What's happening, Black?
What you got going?
Man, chilling, man. Happy to be here. Need to talk about this.
Yes, sir.
Hey, how did you feel about the kids acting an ass running up the hall, but yet everybody say they so glad they stood up for something? How you feel about that, man? That your mother was an educator. What you feel about that?
Listen, Black, I'm gonna go 100%. I can't go 80%. I don't know you other fellas, how y'all doing. I'm Fernando Bashir, but I'm go by Fat Boy.
Yes, sir.
But they stupid as hell. That wasn't a protest. That was a riot. That's what that was. And their parents need to be fined because it's in the rule book.
Wow.
When you disrupt the school, when you disrupt the educational process, the parents supposed to be fined and the kids supposed to be held accountable. There ain't no accountability.
Right.
At all.
I think more our parents need to, if they don't have one student to teach, just have that one student and send all the other students over to the alternative school.
Shit, that's what it looking like.
The past 9 years, when I was working over there, we had over 100 kids there. What they need to do is go back to the old days. If I would have got suspended or expelled, I had to go home. Send their butt home with their mama. Send their ass home with their mama.
Right.
Yeah.
That's where they need to go. Go home with their mamas. And a lot of change then.
Wow. Well, so it was 100 students at the alternative school?
It was over 100 kids. We got to the point where we had to do a few years ago, you know how they had school going Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, and Thursday?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It was every day in the school system, but we had to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, and Thursday over there. It was that many kids over there. And when they was over there, I took phones. They didn't have no phones. They didn't have none of that.
Wow.
Well, what you gonna do with a phone in school? I'm trying to understand. What you doing with a phone in school?
Record people.
Yeah.
That's all they're gonna do. Cause they not learning nothing. It ain't the teacher's fault.
Hey, right. They don't have dress code. They don't have dress code at Bastrop. it's a lot of
they have a dress code.
No, they
Yeah.
have
They
wear
buy.
uniforms, I think.
Yeah,
You
they
know,
still
one
wear
time-
uniform. Huh?
And
This-
see, they fussing about the hoodies. The way the hoodies used to be back in the day, you had to have a Bastrop High hoodie. It had to have something to do with Bastrop High. So you could wear a hoodie, but it had to be Bastrop High. And that kept the thing separated from the Bloods, the so-called Crips and BDs or whatever. So I was cool with that rule where you buy the Bastrop High jersey and you wear it on Fridays. You know, they had days that you can wear it. If it was raining, you can wear it through the week. But you had a Bastrop High jersey.
When I was in high school, I don't even think we could wear hoodies because of they considered it gang related or whatever.
Really?
Unless it was raining or something like that. Yeah, you can cut. They want you to protect yourself.
Now, that might have been the deal.
Yeah,
but we couldn't. They could wear the hoodies. Now then I hear, okay, we had them acting a fool out there. Now the focus also on the football team. They only won one game. Everywhere they go, they're laughing stock. But yet you guys can go and act a damn ass running up the hall. So
Black
Fat Boy, didn't you used to be a coach or something at one time? I know you was a hellified football player.
I was a coach out there and I taught out there. The thing is, parents talking about the coaches ain't coaching this and that. They just lying. Their mamas coming out there running stuff. It don't be the daddy, but they done normalize the father not being in the household in the black community. That's just a normal thing now. They making it normal. It ain't normal, but that ain't really the butt end truth to it, in my opinion. But the coaches can't coach. The coaches can't coach. We can't have a Coach Bradshaw out there no more. We can't have. Look at Thomas Bachman. Coach Bachman left from down here. He couldn't coach really because the kid. To me, Coach Bachman, he wasn't passive aggressive, but if you bought into he wasn't nobody grew up like kids around here.
Right.
He went 2 hours, an hour and a half, 2 hours down the road. And ever since he got down there with kids somewhat like ours, but they parents on their butt, he been in the semifinals every year. I think he was at the Dome last year. Or the year before last.
What about, I was talking about AD. Yeah.
He right down the road, but everybody want to say what he was doing and all this stuff. They mind everybody business but pay them. And he right down the road at Franklin Parish, and he gonna be competing in the playoff.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But see, the thing is around Bastrop,
it's looking like it's the parents.
It is the parents.
That's what it is.
It's all the parents. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. When I was teaching, when I was in the school system, I was worried about the mamas more than the daddies.
Yeah.
I'm a man. I'm gonna stand up 10 toes with a man. But when them mamas come out there, they something serious.
Right.
Well, they run it. They patting them kids down. They glad they stood up for something. Why these kids can't have their phones? Why they can't wear
so
their
stupid.
hoodies? Them kids in prison.
Black, listen. At this point, if you look in the rule book and just think about the rules, if you disrupting the student body, the educational process, the parent is supposed to be fined or the kid's supposed to be arrested, took to the police station, and the parent's supposed to get them, and then the parent will be fined. Well, at this point, all them, excuse me, my friends, everybody, but them dumbass kids running down the hall, pulling down fire extinguishers, jumping on tables. That's dumb as hell. How you gonna agree to some shit like that? How you gonna uphold that? They stood up for something. Y'all stood up for stupid.
Could have been traumatized by that and may not want to come back to work. I mean,
it's a lot of our students been running teachers off forever. They scared.
Right.
I'm telling you, hey man, when my mom was teaching, they painted her whole car, got death threat. She kept on teaching. I dealt with that as a child of her. Every time I came to Paris, somebody threatened me, man. You know your mama mean. My mama ain't never whooped me because I didn't, like I said, the rules are for people that's out there doing bad. The people that don't like to hear things is people. Go ahead.
But see now they done made the kids on the same playing field as an adult.
Right.
That's what it is more so than anything. The kids just as equal as adults.
Right.
But them parents out there, they need to be held accountable. They the problem. They don't want to hold themselves like I was when it was we went to that last homecoming. We had a homecoming. The last homecoming we had at the school a couple years ago. I was walking to the restroom, and I see a parent. They hollering out there, put my son in. He ain't no good. He ain't getting no score. Get this. These parents act like they kids going up NFL straight out of high school.
Right.
Your kid not even disciplined enough to follow the rules and be coachable.
Right.
But then another thing, huh?
I wanted to get the principal on here.
Man, I love her. I really want to.
I didn't know who the principal was. What is her name? I know Taylor. I found out.
Her name is Miss Taylor, but I call her Miss Taylor, aka the new Miss Joe Clark.
Okay, and you know what is her first name though? I'm trying to know who Taylor is.
I don't know her first name.
Okay, I think she married to Taylor. I think she's
she married to Doug.
Matter of fact, I think she's Emmett Johnson's
she's Emmett Johnson's sister. Yeah. But I couldn't remember her first name because they're my cousins, but I couldn't remember. I'm like, what is her name? Because it's been forever.
Black. They won't change, but they don't want change.
Okay, how long has she been over there?
2 years. Last year when she got there, people didn't like her because she started letting teachers go, I think. This time she came half a year last year. Yeah. She came at the end of the year last year.
So what happened? They ran the other principal out?
He quit. He retirement. He ended up getting his retirement from the military, I believe.
Wow.
And then Broussard, but they weren't respecting him, and he had his hands tied pretty much because you had kids and parents out there spraying him with mace. I told him, I said, man, I'd have beat her ass. I beat his ass, whoever.
Wow. So they're able to bring mace in school.
Are you serious, man?
They was able to sneak mace in school. I thought when you walk in Bastrop High, they got the little metal detector thing there, right?
Black, you know what? They only speaking on the hoodies and the phone, but that's part of the problem. They gotta walk through the metal detectors now, so now they treating us like inmates.
If they spraying mace and acting an ass
and bringing guns.
What now?
Right. They're gonna shut down Bastrop, man. They're gonna shut down Bastrop and ship those kids over to Washita Christian and Sterlington.
We was looking at the statistics, and I know the enrollment is way down. It's like 500 and under when it used to be 800 and up.
That sounds like Delta.
But Black, listen to this though. Last year, my kids go to the magnet school. Last year, every week, every month that I went and picked my kids up, we stayed late at least once a week, once a month, because Bastrop High School was on shutdown, on lockdown.
Wow.
So now all these parents, I'm gonna tell you, these black parents, because ain't number of black people there. Right. These black parents, we need change. We need change. We need change. But now change here, she doing too much. She doing too much. Sit y'all stupid ass down.
Yeah, you got
that boy. I know you said
the teachers were terrified. The principal, the teachers were terrified when they did this little riot because it ain't no damn protest. The teachers was terrified. The principal was trying to get things under control. They wouldn't listen to her. I don't know. They used to have security at the school, like Bo Trotter and them. They don't have security anymore at Bastrop High.
I don't know who they have, but they ain't hitting them there.
Because I know when
Bo
was there,
what police they gonna call?
Wow.
They ain't gonna come up there and start shaking their hands.
Right.
The ones they need to call, they're not gonna call.
Wow.
They're not gonna call no dominant police up there because they so silly. They don't want to treat the kids like they need to be treated. Like they didn't put a level playing field for adults and the kids.
Yeah. Right.
So it's no in between. Like growing up in high school, I couldn't disrespect no thing on teachers.
Right.
And they say, don't nobody kids act the way they act at home. You a damn well, you know what? D Black and witness. I was when I went home, I was a certain way. I was always respectful to my adults. That's why I keep catching myself kind of so y'all kind of excuse me, kind of emotional. But at the same time, no matter what I was doing, I was respectful to my adults.
Right.
You understand? Yeah. But see, now they don't have no level of respect for no adults or nobody. We have teachers in the school system. I'm not gonna say their names, but I ain't gonna say they're gangsters, but they'll fight.
Right.
I done saw them fight growing up. Hey. So if a teacher like that say that these kids be in the classroom with phones, tick-tocking and wanting to do this and wanting to do that, hell, who else you gonna listen to if you don't listen to her? She damn near a gangster.
Right.
She an educated gangster.
Right.
So who else you gonna listen to? It's no white teachers in the not at Bastrop High School.
Man.
If it is, it's very few.
Right.
So what Bastrop does now, I don't know why they it's either you gonna do what I say do, or what we ask them to do is trying to push, or if we like Miss Taylor, I never really met her, but I love her to death because she make a change. She ruffles feathers. The thing is, two things gonna always come up in Bastrop. A race card with 3. Race card, Beekman, and the magnet.
Come on now.
That's gonna come up before they talk about anything. Beekman and the magnet school and race. Well, now you should cut the race out because hell, it ain't nothing but black people. The majority of blacks over there. It's the majority black. So now,
do you see how? And I know it's hard for you. I don't know you coach, but do you see how? Like I have 2 girls and 2 boys. Do you see how the girls go to school now? I don't see. I wouldn't want to be a coach up there, man. I mean, it needs to be a limit on the length of the dress, the eyelid. All that you touch like grown women, and then these men messing with these wet girls.
Well,
it's sad, man.
Hey, Greg, me and Fat Boy know, but we don't say names. We actually know coaches and teachers that literally ended up messing with these overgrown, failed 2 years students at Bastrop High.
And everyone else is prosecuted.
DJ, you know, I was right around the corner. I stayed in Bastrop almost. But look, the thing is, that's the problem. That's the no respect. That's the problem with the principals. Them principals, they thought when you had like Thor around there, it seemed like it was a race card because I used to hate them. Because when they came up with that about cutting the young men hair, I had a godson playing football. I don't agree with that. I was in Houston mad. Cutting their hair, but see, you got to almost restrict everything because when you try to
look at it now though. But look at it now. You got them kids like I had hair. I used to have to get my hair braided Friday night after the game so I can hit the dance with D Black and then be ready for the weekend. But now you got these kids with these long dreads and braids but all that was now I can respect it and appreciate it because it was showing us it wasn't about our culture. It was more so about responsibility. You can't go into no job right now with no long dreads, nappy all over your head.
You're right.
If you go to that school right now, them kids they twisted themselves. So they have just really nappy. That shit just nappy.
Going to school like that. They
want
so
that nappy look.
Hey, when you were in school, they used to make y'all have it neat. And if it wasn't neat,
even with the afro,
don't come back tomorrow.
You had to have like that. With my afro, I had to have it neat. Like I really had a bob, but I had to get the sides cut. It had to be trailed nice and neat. Yeah, I couldn't just wear my big afro.
What is our boiling back down to? What is our boiling back down to?
It's boiling back down to the
respect and the parents not teaching respect.
It's the accountability of the parents.
But it is the parents.
The parents gonna lead to the kids. If you get the accountability of the parents and their kids, the rest gonna fall in place. Coaches can't coach and teachers can't teach.
Right.
Period.
But when you sitting there drinking with your kid, smoking with your kid, cursing with your kid. Hey, I'm like you, Fat Boy, a lot of things I ain't do around adult. My mom didn't even know I drank until she was on her deathbed. I still will keep my drinking on juice bottle.
Look, the only person I ever done something around was honestly D Black. But with that being said, I didn't do much, and I still respected him as an adult. But I still say yes to him sometimes. I be like, man, that's just D Black. But then I still say yes to no such thing. I did little slick stuff around him, but that was D Black. Like, honestly,
but when we all was toasted, we was all just doing our thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we hung out. But when he was like the rebel, one of the rebels in the clique. Whenever we got dances or something going on, somebody getting out of line, he had his little towel, he ready. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So he was that. But even though I'd be like, man, go on here, such and such. He'll see a teacher, he'll see somebody go to church with, and he gets soft on me. He get real soft on me because he got a lot of respect. And I was like, man, I need Skip. So I get Skip, to do the work, but he didn't want to do it because he had a lot of respect, because his mama was a teacher. They was in the church, double family household, mother and father in the household. So when he didn't want to do stuff, I had to go get Skip, but he held his ground. I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna get off of you. But I always remember somebody had a bat and they got into a scuffle. This dude was knocking. They had bats, 2 bats, one on the left side of him, one on the right. They tagging him with a bat. He didn't care. He was bloody as a doggone as a slaughter piece. But he kept on hitting. And they told him that was up at the Sarai, wasn't it? But at the Sarai, when they were hitting you with them bats.
Yeah.
But they knew they couldn't take him down. That boy was a beast in school, and he was a hell of a football player. But he had respect. And he could have easily disrespected the coaches, Caldwell, everybody. He'll be like, man, and he'll be ready to go out. But he know how he was raised. Because I've seen Caldwell and them getting on this brother. He'll suck his teeth. Man, but he'll say, all right, Caldwell. Then when he leaves, he might hit the lock. Boom. Man, if he wasn't Caldwell, man, I would have done this and that and that. But the kids these days don't care, and the parents back them up. And that's the sad part. When we act a fool at school, our parents didn't back us up.
We had to be accountable.
School, they found out who did what, and then we got our ass whooped.
Hey,
a lot of the parents be like, "You did right." Somebody needs to tell them, and all that. They better be glad I wasn't out there. That's the mindset of the parent now. And so when them teachers quitting and don't want, and then they was walking around with a sign saying they hated some teacher. So now when that child failed at the end of the year, they gonna blame
Miss Taylor. They were saying they hate Miss Taylor.
Miss Taylor.
Right.
See, the thing is, I'm killing Miss Taylor. They don't know Miss Taylor. See, but people don't understand. I remember this, man. You understand? On every side, there's a gangster. So you can mess with Miss Taylor, but on down the line, there's some gangsters in the family. See what's gonna happen if they don't get this under control. The police, that whole school be blowed around there, fighting and everything. They picking on Miss Taylor, but behind Miss Taylor's a lot of folks.
Right.
So it's scaring me there's gonna be a shooting at that school one day.
She's not gonna bag down. Miss Taylor's not gonna bag down. She's from the old school.
Hey,
so
Black,
she's not gonna bag down. And at the end of the day, rules are rules.
And you gotta follow.
Go to the school board, complain. When that child come home, mama, they ain't letting us use our cell phones. Mama, we can't wear no hoodies. Mama, we can't
Black,
do this. When they
Black,
do
you
that,
know a complaint they had? It was a complaint that she hold her hand up for the kids to get quiet. So they say they treat us like kids. I'm like, hell, y'all are kids. Dumbass.
Yes,
and
the parents
be like,
that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, but the parents like, they ain't kids, they young adults, and they sticking up, they got a voice. Y'all stupid as hell. Man, it ain't no coach fault, it ain't no teacher's fault. It's them dumbass parents, they not holding their kids accountable. I'm sorry. Everybody in the city know who Fat Boy is. I don't have a face. I walk on a stick. I ain't gonna run. I ain't never ran when I went on the stick. But the thing is, y'all stupid shit. They just it's just 10 toes. Y'all dumb as hell. Y'all hold it. How you gonna be okay with your kids? My mama bought this phone. I ain't getting you this phone.
Right.
I can wear my hood.
You know what, Fat Boy? It's like a curse, man. Some of these generation curses. Their mama did it, and their mama and their grandmama did it. And that's why they think they bad. That's why some of them ain't got no man. But everybody bad.
But you know what?
I don't want to get religious because I'm diverse. I work in corporate, and I don't care if you Jehovah, Baptist, or what. You be what you are because you born into religion. But the thing is, if you ain't got something you believe in, then you like a cult. You sit around in your mind, you don't even care.
Man, I saw the girl.
These kids ain't going to church. They ain't going. I ain't saying you got to be in church, but you got to at least respect something. Right. I don't care if it's Buddha.
I mean, they're not gonna go to church. The parents don't support that. But I saw on a podcast, a Facebook Live the other week, where a child was sitting on there saying that he just tell his people, I just tell them what I'm gonna do. I just tell them what it is, and I go to them respectful, but I tell them what it is, and I'm like, we didn't tell our folks what it was.
No.
We had to think about how we was gonna say what we wanted to say.
Yeah.
We didn't go to our folks and say, hey, Mom, I'm staying out till 2 o'clock in the morning. Y'all did it. So why can't I just stay out till 2 o'clock in the morning? I'm supposed to be smoking my weed. Shit, y'all did it. Why can't I do it? Y'all did it. That wasn't even a topic of fucking discussion.
And then go back to accountability for them parents. They stupid. It's the mamas. They normalizing the father not being in their life, but
they're gonna be dealing with them. They're gonna be dealing with them the rest of their life too.
Yeah,
either down at their house.
They scared them.
Yeah, they scared them.
Listen, you can Black. You in Bastrop still?
No, I'm in
Atlanta, but go back to the last 5 years of the football players who have graduated and just the kids who have graduated, especially the last 2 years with the COVID graduation. Yeah. How many young kids that you see doing something?
Wow.
None. And I used to do all them team dances. And I was talking to Phantom. I bowed out of the kid dances because the gangs would be at the party, and I used to walk through the parties and bump up against them like, "Hey, ain't none of that tonight." No, Black, we good. No, we straight. But Black. Then when one of these young brothers said, "Hey, Black, don't get in there," shoot, old heads can get it too.
I wish I was still security.
And they had
I wish I was still security, Black. I'd have choked this little stupid ass out.
Don't get in there, Black. Don't get in there. Let them do their thing.
Black, listen though, this thing too about the school system. Really, I mean, I can't knock them, but at the same time, bullying is big around here.
Right.
So now we got a lot of kids dropping out of school because they getting bullied, and them that same one that probably said something, he probably was a victim of getting bullied. Kids can't take up for themselves no more.
Yeah, he was like, Black, don't get in there. Man, they don't respect nobody no more, man. You can get it too. They ain't tripping because of the no age. They don't respect that no more. They say stay out of that. Because when I saw him getting into it, I'm used to walking through that, grabbing. Hey man, we ain't having this. He said, Black,
right?
Don't get in there. You know, so the generation is different now. Right. They snuck a gun in that party. I quit. I stopped doing team dance because what's going to happen, and I always told them, they was like, Black, why you don't do the dance no more? Because the minute Junebug get into it with Ray Ray, and Ray Ray shoot Junebug, it's going to be DJ Black fault because it was that DJ Black party. Right. So I was like, before I get the whole town frowning on me, I bowed out. And they haven't yet shook them kids back because the generation.
Black, you know what, Black, they consider you. They gonna consider you now that you put the wrong one city as the right one city, whoever. They gonna consider you. Oh, he cowed out. He ain't really for the kids. Well, shit, we really think he's really saving you because every party you have was packed, just like the one that we did on band. And the boys from Monroe came down here.
Yeah.
Oh, my son got made. And then I had somebody come tell me, you made my son, da da da. I said, man, if your stupid ass, I speak freely. I used to stand
glad he hit him upside the head.
I spoke freely. I said, if your stupid ass son was out there fighting and talking about guns and the boy, I'm not gonna get shot for him.
Right.
Hell yeah, I ain't spraying them in their face. I just sprayed it on the ground. But y'all so gangster. Y'all still better take some, man. It didn't bother me.
The new generation, Greg, in Bastrop, you haven't even you in and out of Louisiana. You hadn't really.
You know what, Black? You notice this when you see me. The only way you see me is at Super One. Walmart. Cause so like you're right. When I go now,
Walmart.
I don't got old. I don't got mature. I don't like. I used to ride. Try to go by the club one time. Hey, what's up? I say, man, I don't, cause I know me, I shoot too. Cause I deer hunt. And I tell them I'm used to seeing something flood. And I'm at that stage in life, man. I'm 52, Black.
When you coming back down? Greg, next time you come down, ride with me. I'm gonna show you all my God too.
I need y'all two to hook up.
I need to. Hey, I probably. What's your people name? Your mom? Your mom still in?
Rochelle. My brother just started.
My brother just started Rochelle Insurance. All that land.
They got what?
Horses, cows. You should know them.
See, I'm country boy, but that's what I'm trying. When I come fat boy, I don't know. I lost my sister at 30, man. So this is why I got on here.
Hey, man, when you come, just get with me, man. I'm gonna show you. But see, the crazy part, going back to the football era, man, I got some. Everybody comment. I got a lot of God kids. I got a lot of God kids, man.
Yeah.
And one dude asked me one day, my boy Fitzroy, he asked me, he said, how many kids you got? I said 4. He asked me again. I'm like, shit, 4. Like, he talking about saying that they my child. I started laughing. He said, all them kids that come behind them, your kids, so you raise them. I didn't understand it then, but I understand it now. I got a lot of God children. And every last one of them kids that them folks look at as thugs and this and that, if they get out of line, I counted every last one of them when that ride happened. I said, where you was? If they was out there anywhere, I'm gonna tell them, look at the devil. Right. The devil, you look it down, so you open the back of your neck up, I'm gonna slap the hell out that neck. Simple.
Yeah.
Some form of discipline, it is what it is. If you don't like it, stay the hell away from my horses, stay the hell away from my house. goddamn can't do shit for you.
Right.
Hey, I'm like you, fat boy. I raised up old school. You can't pull you can pull stuff over a lot of people. You can't pull it over me.
Right.
I can see right through you.
Like they got some girls, like the girls in the school right now.
Right.
Them kids, I have never in my life saw nobody wear no braid. Who the hell want to walk back with their head?
Right.
I went and picked my son up the other day, and I saw some kids walking. That baby hair was to her calf muscle.
Wow.
Right.
Hey,
bro.
I saw the little girl in the interview on thing. Her eyelashes was like, wow. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
that guy the dumbest shit ever.
The parent letting them come to school like that. I mean, what do they have to look forward to when they're grown if they're doing everything at 16, 17, and 18?
Well, that's what we saw. You go to church. We had to tell her without telling her that we liked her. Why you got them lashes on? She light complexion, beautiful skin. She had them off the other day. I said, man, you look so beautiful. I got 2 daughters. It's certain things, and black she done I tell them short, you can wear that around your mom, but when you wear that hoochie mama stuff, men ain't gonna treat you like hoochies. We treat women the way they look. And
we're gonna bring you on another podcast because we're talking about the women and how they dress. And Phantom always say that the way they dress gonna end up making their man get into some stuff that he ain't trying to get in because the world is disrespectful. Right. The world is selfish.
Hey, Black, I had in my class over there at the alternative school, I used to have to get group. And sometimes I had kind of I had group, and it was like, it was some young girls there. They was disrespecting themselves. They're like, you can't treat me like this, that. Well, I had a group on young women respecting themselves. Like, hell,
they don't do that now.
Man, you had young ladies in there with all kinds of shit on.
Yeah.
And then got mad when people told them that's out of school, whatever. Then a man can't say that shit.
No,
why you looking? Why you this? Because this is my job, ass.
Dude, I made a comment after the black and white, and I said that women need to learn to dress according to their body type. So I wake up to a text saying, "What are you, a stylist now? We wear what we want to wear." I'm like, back then, because I was like, when I grew up, my mom, my sister, my aunt, they always talked about, I like that dress, but my body, I can't wear that because my body type. So when she said we wear what we want to wear, hell, they wore what they wanted to wear then, but they were respectful women, so they know that if they try to wear a dress 2 sizes, 3, 4 sizes under, showing the breadth and the back all out and the split going to the waist, they knew if they were going to be respectful, that they could wear it. So she's like, "What are you, a stylist?" If I just wanted to be in it, I could have said, "Yeah, I ain't never thought about being one, but I can."
But this is thing with them like that. If you already know if you big and you comment on something like that. First of all, in my eyes, you got low self-esteem, and you was stupid as hell for putting that shit off. I didn't really see
she said that was back then. We wear what we want to wear now. They wore what they wanted to wear back then. They just didn't want to look. They didn't want nobody to talk about.
That's just like these girls, these women today. They call each other bitches and hoes and this and that.
Oh yeah,
that's fine. I don't care. But let you call them one, they're gonna feel some type of way.
Yeah.
Well,
the man, the husband, the boyfriend can't call his woman a bitch. But her sister, her best friend, and co-workers can say, bitch, you crazy as fuck. But the one who break bread with them, the one who makes sure they straight, if he say, bitch, you crazy. Whoa, that's
but Black,
right.
this is the thing
Don't
though.
call me that. You don't call me no bitch.
If you carry yourself, that's just like you already know. If you call me fat, I'ma laugh at you so damn hard. I got a cheeseburger on my stomach. I'm Mr. Fantastic. I don't care about that shit.
It's a fantastic.
I don't wear no shirts in the summertime. I am what I am. I love it. I ain't never changed. But these fat motherfuckers who feel offended about that shit, y'all stupid as shit. Put on some fucking clothes. Cover yourself up and look cute.
And that's what's bringing on the depression, the suicide, because we've never seen, Greg, growing up, you can count and you'll still be on one hand of the people, black people, that you know that killed themselves from the age from when you were, I'm gonna say 12 till you graduated. That was unheard of. We didn't kill ourselves. That just wasn't heard of. We go through shit, we bounce back. What don't kill you, make you stronger, is what we were taught. This new generation, because of this social media shit.
But you know what though? And I still go back to it's certain stuff I go back to. It's situations that I know of. I got partners that really they was in their kids' life and couldn't be in their kids' life as much as they wanted to be. So they got bullied and stuff like that. So they make them turn over a different leaf that if they was allowed. And you have a lot of people saying, well, can't nobody stop no man from doing this and doing that. Man, women got the power. I love them though.
But they running the students and the school system.
Man, they run the students, the school system, and life. Shit, damn near.
Man, that's crazy.
Man, I love them. I love women to death. I promise I do. I hope my wife don't see this and take it the wrong way. But shit, I love women. But I love them.
But for them to back those kids up in their wrong and call that a protest,
they are stupid.
That got me on that though. Really,
I lost y'all for a while. But to get back to the point, Black, where you at now, fat boy? Where you live at?
I live in Bastrop.
Okay, let me get to the point where you understand then. This is the number one problem that we have at home. I feel for my people.
Put
it's
top if you can, Brizzle.
Huh?
I was telling Brizzle to put your if he can put your video up front and us to the side if he can.
Okay.
You finna drop a
right.
Now, what you saying, Greg?
Yeah, this what I've noticed, cause I love you know, Black. I love my hometown, and if I was able to retire right now, I'm trying to get that part where I want to move back home. But the number one cause, my mom worked at the factory around there. I mean, my grandmother, my granddad worked at the paper mill. All my uncles. You know, when we lost Church's Chicken and things like that, and the economy. You know, I'm talking about when that mill shut down, man. That mill, it's before COVID. When that mill shut down, we got people around there using cheap crack. I ain't never smoked one. I ain't got nothing against it, but
it started with Ditto first.
Yeah, Ditto.
All the women was working at Ditto.
So now, what you got undercover prostitution back at home? I ran into one of my relatives that I didn't know, like you say, your godchild. Somebody went to get. I said, man, I ain't. And Black always know I've been like cool and down there with one person. So they tried to go get. I said, no, man, I ain't thinking like that. And when I saw who it was, I almost jumped. I got so damn mad. I said, what you doing? Go put on some clothes. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't even trying to roll like that anyway. I'm just at Bass. I be chill because at Bass I have to watch around there. If any one person get AIDS around there, the whole city got it. Because everybody sleeps together. You see what I'm saying, fat boy? It's so small.
Hey, fat boy. He was real popular. He was real popular. He was a pretty boy. And all the ladies was crazy about Greg. You know what I'm saying? But Greg was home. He grew up homely, so he only wanted one woman.
Right.
He could have had several, but growing up, he just wanted one woman. He didn't believe in having 3 and 4, like, you know. He didn't believe in it.
Well, and I saw what my mom went through, you know. So when you saw your mom
whatever it was, he wasn't with it. And so when all the girls, all the ladies from Bastrop, Bonita, Crossett, everybody wanted Greg. He was real popular, but Greg fell in love with one woman, and he turned everybody down, and he was proud to turn them down. It wasn't no temptation, but he said it was because of what he saw his mom go through. But Greg was highly popular, and everybody we know knew him. It's women who used to lie like they had him that he didn't even know.
And that was the problem. Yeah, that's how life is. People lie on you. And if you don't get with them, fat boy, they gonna lie anyway. Well, I slept. Well, okay, you lying. But the problem is around that battle, ain't no jobs, man. Black, you had to leave. Ain't no jobs. So what people do?
No
people
jobs,
do crazy.
no
People sit around.
But you know what, though? They making that we normalizing too much. Like, to me, Greg, no disrespect, but that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Monroe, we go to Monroe, just the club. Got there for an hour and a half, 2 hours. We go down a dangerous ass Farmerville Highway for a couple hours. We go to Crossett. So how you can't go down to Monroe where the job's at for a living for your children? For your kids,
people rather wait. They'd rather wait. They'd rather wait for the check. It's a I'm telling you, man, it's a curse. It's like domino. It's a effect. It's like what you see. It's just like racism. The reason we have racism from white people, it's some good white people, but until you get rid of them on 70 and 60 and 50, they the ones still racist. Because my granddad said, you catch a joke on 60, he's still racist. But you catch one 12 or 13 with my daughter, they ain't racist.
But Greg,
they gotta change.
Check this out. What I heard when I was working summer school one year.
Yeah.
I heard a kid, you know, the dudes, they gonna shoot their shots. And I heard a dude say this is the dumbest shit I ever. It was smart. He was intelligent almost. He thought about it. This dude said he was talking to a chick. I don't entertain. I don't get it late. Hey man, do your thing. Y'all the same age. He said, man, I'm gonna get her pregnant.
Dang.
Look, I'm gonna get her pregnant. She gonna get on Section 8. And I'm gonna pay her rent. And then when she get her Section 8, she gonna get on food stamps and we good. Before I knew it just slipped out me saying, you a dumb motherfucker. You stupid as shit.
Hey, but so that's how majority of them living. Because that's what they saw their parents doing. That's how they knew the plan.
But that go back to saying, how in the hell can you blame the teachers or the coaches for not being able to handle these kids? This is how they thinking.
Right.
This is how they think. How can you blame the kids? I mean, how can you blame the teachers or the coaches?
Right.
I'm blaming kids and their parents.
Right.
It's probably be a little bit more to it, but shit, that's just what it is. The parents and then like they go back to the school board. The parents want to talk about the school board. School board this, school board that. They gave Beekman this, they gave Beekman that. Man, listen, y'all dumbasses. I honestly, to be honest, I really don't care because wherever my child go, he gonna have to do what he's supposed to do and get his education. I don't give a shit.
Right.
He can go to Eastside High with Joe Clark. I'm talking about the real Joe Clark back when he was living and all that down. Right. You still sit your ass down, respect the adults, and do what you're supposed to do. But the whole time while we arguing and bullshit like that, when we should have been seeing what people was doing, hell, Beekman had an agenda.
Fat boy, this gonna happen. Me and Black though a common person. He used to be out there trying to date one of my cousins. You try to date his sister. And he dead right now. You know what it was? Now those were two first cousins, Black, talking about Curtis. I hate to bring his name up, rest in peace.
Right.
But you know, when we was little, this is a story I tell everybody. When he was 3, he was still in army men and put. So what I did, I trapped him. I put a white dot on their head because his grandmama always protected his ass. Every time he stole, you leave my baby alone. This is what's gonna happen to these parents. I'm getting serious. I'm like you, fat boy. I'm serious about this. What's gonna happen? Your child gonna get shot in the head because you keep protecting them, letting them be hard, walking around with their pants sagging, and somebody gonna blow them up. Because that's what happened to him. Hey, fat boy, this don't start when you get 20. This started when they 3, they 5. Oh, he's so bad. You got him dressing with bandanas in his back pocket. He cute. He got on Jordans. Hell, I can afford Jordans every day, but I don't have to go $300 in bank and got to sell my food stamp to get some damn Jordans. You see what I'm saying? Now you ain't got no food. You sell your food stamp to get some food, some Jordan. Now you spend all that for the next month. So see what I'm saying? This stuff started when these kids 5. He's so pretty. You got him dressing like a gang, like Tupac and 6.
Bastrop High saying that they feel like they're in prison and no one listened to the kids. When did the kids really have a voice? We just went to school to learn and fucking go home. All this, they not listen to us. We need to have a voice. All that old bullshit. Go to school, get the fucking grades, and go home. You not
and look, I went to school, but you ain't got to go to you ain't got to go to college. You can get you a trade. You can learn some electrical. You can go down to Voltech. You see, I don't tell people. I went to college, but I think it's a waste of time. Some of that stuff. It is.
Sociology.
Yeah, like you got that land, fat boy. I could make a living. See, I farm, cook. Hey, I'll take one of those horses and then multiply. And see, that's kind of stuff. But like I said, it's job right there. You look at Armstrong right there.
We need to link up. You got some farmland down here?
No, but I can work with you.
Yeah.
No,
hey,
look,
fat boy.
I got a
Greg is a businessman. He got his LLCs. He got the hookup down there in Houston. He can get you on some stuff. Greg, I don't want to get into
but guess what though, Greg?
I gotta tell you. Greg was one of the first millionaires to come out of Marouge.
But Greg, guess what though, Greg?
Yes.
I started, and D Black and vouch for it. I've been in the community helping the kids for years. I started a little mentoring company, what you call it? I say company, but LLC, whatever. But it's sitting dormant now. But it was it's called Striving for Greatness. Now,
he always
I
been about
started that shit. Now you know who gave me the most horrible feedback? But everybody in Bastrop talk about no matter what you do, you're gonna hit a race card.
Right.
It wasn't them, they was behind me. I done sat and talked to the people at the city halls before. I had police supposed to get with me and all this shit. Ain't nobody ever get with me, so I ain't for to beg nobody. So I don't be active in it. It's sitting dormant. It's really non whatever you call it. But it's like shit. It was us.
We're gonna talk after this because this is what the city need too. Like I said, it need jobs. It needs us to get out there and help these kids.
You got too many activists around here.
Right. We got 12 blacks running for judge. Running for mayor. When they all should be on the same committee. You know what I'm saying? I be looking at Bastrop sometimes and say, why we got all of them running for mayor? Don't they just want the name mayor?
They want money.
What you gonna do?
They just want the money. They don't give a about who doing what and what they doing.
I'm seeing one thing at Dawson Park painted. That damn paint ain't gonna help the building. They ain't gonna help the kid. Where the swimming pool at? Where the basketball?
You know what is gonna happen? If if you well off enough, it's gonna take somebody like you who already done made their money, a millionaire, damn near millionaire who don't give a damn about money to come in and ruffle feathers. That's what it's gonna take. That's all it's gonna be.
And Greg
like Deion Sanders,
is that man. He's an alpha.
But Black,
he hella popular. If he was to come down there and run for mayor,
look at Black. Look at Deion Sanders. Look at Deion Sanders in Jackson State.
My alma mater. He's at Jackson State now. That's why I went to college there.
And Jackson State, Deion don't give a damn. He don't give a damn what y'all talking about. He finna go buy this water. He finna take his football team over here so they can be fine. And goddamn, he gonna feed them and water them. Damn what Jackson City, the city of Jackson have.
And that's what DJ. I be sitting back analyzing stuff. You know what Deion got that all the other coaches. Look at Tennessee State when get them a football. You know what Deion got? What people hate. He got that pump in him. I don't care if I'm in church. I'm the same way. What's up? But I know I was the latest one on football field. I still talking noise. You got to believe in yourself. See, Deion got that all that. Give me my song. Then you get somebody to come coaching some X and O. Man, that ain't gonna win. You gotta be pumped up. Same way with these kids.
But you know what, Greg?
A lot of the coaches, it's gonna be history. When you two hook up, it's gonna be history. Because Greg, the work that you know needs to be done, he the workhorse.
Okay.
So y'all just need to hook up. You got the bread, he got the idea, he got some bread. Y'all come together, it's gonna be history.
Next time at home, we're gonna break bread.
That's real. And Greg bought that bread now, fat boy. So come with your A game. But like I say, the only problem I got with everything is the main problem is the parents. Okay, we glad that the kids standing up for something. We understand that. But you're standing up for the wrong thing. Okay, but the fact that they stood up for something, but it's a way to do it. All of them should have just walked outside, sat on the lawn at 1 o'clock or whatever. Even if they pulled a fire extinguisher, I ain't really tripping on that. Get the attention, sit on the lawn. We not going to class. We showing y'all that we don't agree with the rules, and we sitting there. But when I seen the video of them running up the hall with these signs, they hate the principal, and they was targeting some teacher too.
And somebody got maced. Now what if that teacher go press charges on that kid?
Which she should.
And that parent get fined.
But my thing
is it's gonna be they could have did. I'm gonna tell you what I really wanted to happen. And they can take it how they want to. Whoever was, I don't care. Because at the end of the day, if my child was out there, I would expect it to happen, and I don't give a shit. And when he get home, while his eyes and face full of mace, I'm gonna beat his ass.
Right. Now
they should have maced that whole fucking crowd.
Yeah. Now I have a young lady that would like to join, but she don't like to be in the publicity. But she say her children, both of her children were there, but they didn't participate in the madness because they know that she will whoop their ass. So they were there, but they didn't participate. And they told her everything that went on. And like I say, it was more of like Fat Boy said, it was more of a riot. It wasn't a protest. A protest, they should have been saying, give us our phones. Give us our phone. But to be saying F this and fuck that and damn this and we hate this and we hate that.
But for the parent, not to cut you off, Black, but for the parents to say, well, they never been taught to protest, they never been taught to do this. Well, hell, if a teacher, for the way it's looking, if somebody try to teach them, they ain't gonna do it the way that the teacher say do it no way. Like, to be honest, Black, you know just as well as I know, and my mama know you. That's why she was comfortable with me going places with you when I was younger.
Right.
But the thing is, I didn't act completely like I was respectful when I left my mom and daddy. I was respectful.
His mom was like an aunt to me.
So when I left, so when I left around her, I was an asshole, to be honest. I was an asshole. Like, I'm gonna stand 10 toes with you. It don't matter. Win, lose, or draw. I'm not gonna have no shirt on. I don't have one on now, and I'm grown as hell. I got a cheeseburger on my stomach. But the thing is, I was respectful. Everything I'm saying goes back to respectful. These kids have no respect. How the hell can you learn and you have no respect? I've got out of tickets before from just simply yes sir, no sir.
Yeah, me too.
That's simple. How you can't say yes sir, no sir?
That's not in the new breed. They don't say yes sir. They don't say yes sir and no sir to their parents.
Yeah,
so how in the hell they gonna say it to you? That's another reason why I stopped mentoring. I stopped mentoring because of that.
Yeah.
Man, Black, I promise. I'm still over in the same. Man, Black, I just bought a house in the West, in the heart of the West. By St. Luke. I just bought a house that I remodeled it and all that there. But I'm there because I feel like I have a purpose there. I mentor a lot of kids. I have godsons right now. I got one godson. I hate to say it like this, but he got into a little something. My baby got shot. He gonna be mad if he hear this. If I say my G baby, he say, "God, Dad, I'm grown now," but he got shot like 3-4 times.
Dang.
But I told him, like, godson, look, you're too big. You move too good. They're gonna shoot you. You're too big. But even with the stuff he done got into that you can't change, he's still respectful. If he meet any one of y'all, he gonna say yes sir, no sir to him. You can't ask for no more than that. These kids have no boundaries, and their parents uphold the wrong shit.
Yeah. That's my thing.
And they say, what the hell a phone got to do with the education? Because they dumbasses is on them phone. What the hood has got to do? They put them earpods in their damn ear, and they not listening.
Pull the drawstring, got the hood is so tight.
I ain't think about that, but he know what he talking about. I ain't think about that.
Hey, look, Black, they coming out with that drawstring on their shit, man. Take that hood off. But see, I can't complain. I ain't never said I was no gangster, no gorilla. But I used to tell kids quick, man, you gonna take that bitch off. Tell your daddy, not your mama. I'm scared of the women. Most men are. Not scared of them physically, but shit, at the end of the day, you gonna respect the woman. A real man gonna respect the woman.
Right.
You gonna respect the woman. Now, man, you gonna stand 10 toes, man. Look, you can take we can take wherever you want to go. We can be grown men, or we can be assholes. But the thing is, you gonna respect me as a man, I'm gonna respect you as a man. We gonna talk about. I'm gonna tell your son, damn asshole, he got that dust ass hood on with that shit on in his ear. He don't supposed to have it. Now he can go home with you, or he can go fucking post it.
So what you say about the parents who saying they proud that the kids stood up for something?
They stupid.
What you got to say, Greg?
That's what I'm saying. Most of these parents be like, go fight them. And I ain't trying to get into the God. I'll change my life, Black, a lot. So, but when I see people, this is what they tell them. You whoop their ass. Instead of, see, my grandmama used to tell me, Greg, don't worry about it. You turn to God. See, I had that year, and my mom was a teacher. But I ain't had no dad. I had granddad and grandma, and my grandma ain't never one time told me to fight. And I brag on it right now, fat boy. Like a lot of things I could have handled. I could have told my boy, knock him out. I even knew, like, I ain't gonna call his name. I knew people that were gangsters that would go hurt you. But know what I would say? I would keep people out of it. When my sister died, I wanted to hurt somebody then. I still do, but I had to forgive them. Because I know what kind of happen. I keep that to myself. But at the same time, I brag on I ain't had a fight since third.
Fat boy, but that's another
yeah.
topic.
I ain't had a fight since third grade, Black. Black, as my last fight was getting wrapped out with my best friend. He dead. But I had to learn to control, man, especially out here in Houston. I ride with a gun every day, but I have to control with road rage. I've been shooting a gun since I was 2. But you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. You can have a gun. Go ahead.
But Craig, you know what? Around here, I really, whenever you come down, just Black, get with me, y'all. We can all ride together. I'm gonna take y'all to the most, what they consider the most hardest areas in Bastrop, Louisiana.
The next time I'm in that area, I'm gonna let you know, and I'm gonna let Greg know. It's gonna be probably around a holiday or something, so we'll all be cool. The last time I was with Greg, Fat Boy, we was at Grambling Homecoming.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna tell all the things he did, but we didn't have to pay to get in no party. He alpha. So we were at all the high-end parties. We was at all that. We had all the AKAs where we were, and he supplied all the liquor. He supplied all the food. So anything you wanted, and we partied till 7 a.m.
Right.
The game was over at 8 or 9. We didn't get through partying drunk till 7 a.m. Me and my brother and I was with him. And that was about 15 years ago.
It's been a while.
But he turned us up. And when I tell you he knows some gangsters, because the people was coming in there dapping Greg down that we know Greg would never speak to growing up.
Right. I used to when you were associated with him, but
you know something else,
I
Black?
lived in New Orleans for a little while. So
Black, look,
you have to learn in New Orleans.
Something else that's happening around around Bastrop. And I mean, hey, I Black, you know, I don't give a damn about stepping on toes. I am what I am. And who I am. These son of bitches, these grown ass so-called gangsters jumping off the porch. Man, I'm 37 years old. Nigga, I'm trying to get back on. Why you just not jumping off? You're jumping off the porch at 28, 30 years old. Bitch, you ain't no gangster.
Right.
You a damn fool. You taking penitentiary chances. Nigga, you need to be raising your kids or finding you a fucking wife. So now it's easier for a kid to drop out of school. It's easier for a kid to not listen to the dope. It's so much easier. That's the only thing I can say that's an influence. But at the end of the day, I know like hell, when I saw my mama cry, a young man cannot stand to see their mama cry. If their mama is really a mama, a mother.
Well, let me ask my partner Jay Austin this. With the parents upholding the kids in that little riot, so-called protest, what do you think that holds for the future of the educator, the principal? And I'm gonna trickle that question on down. That outrage, if I was a coach, an educator, or the principal, or vice principal, that would have, I think it would have messed with my ego. So how do you feel going forward, Jay Austin, how do you feel going forward that's going to affect the future of Bastrop High?
Well, I'm not for sure how it's going to affect the future of Bastrop High because it doesn't appear that there's a future there. Because if you, again, have these children on the same playing field that an adult is, and the parents upholding children acting like damn fools, then you have no future in Bastrop High because the future is being brought up as fools.
So do you feel like the parents, a lot of the parents and a lot of the other people are saying that they're glad that the children stood up for something? what would you rate that as the proper thing to stand up for, or what?
If you feel that you are being unfairly treated, then yes, you can speak out. However, there's a way to do it. But as a child, you should not go into that. You should go through the proper channels, which is speaking to your parents and let your parent or your guardian speak for you.
Mm-hmm.
Bring
Follow
out
the chain of command.
I'm sorry.
Chain of command.
Say that again.
Chain of command, like talk to the parents, talk to the school board,
right.
Get to the school with the kids.
You go through and use those channels that you have, because you as a child, you can't sign a contract. You can't enter in any type of agreement. So they're not committing any child labor laws because you're not working. You're not even doing schoolwork. So how are you being harmed, number one? But articulate that in some form or fashion, some formal form or fashion, presented through your parents, the people that are supposed to be responsible for you, and then let them make the argument for you if they agree.
Yeah, it's too many. My thing is, it's too many. Like I say, I'm friends with my kids. And we joke, we clown, we have fun. But on the same note, none of them is gonna be disrespectful to any adult. None of them. And the fact that these kids was out there acting like that, and to see the parent upholding them, and then some of the students that go to meetings saying that they're voicing their opinion and hyped up about it, and I'm like, y'all are F.
I don't mean to cut you off, but
go ahead.
If you have a parent that was so proud of their child, please ask them to come on and don't turn off their camera and present their case on why they were so proud of their child.
Oh, they're not going to do
proud of your child, then go ahead, come on this show, present your case, and tell us why you were so proud.
They're not going to do that because, number one, they know I'm an asshole, and they know I'm going to say what I say. So they're not going to come on here, 8 times out of 10 and say that, even though I'm going to be respectful, but if it's bullshit, it's bullshit, whether it's coming from.
But they didn't even go to parent-teacher conference to speak on it either, so how the hell they going to come off here?
Thanks.
I'm asking our committee right here, why you need a cell phone at school? I ain't trying to get into it when a Coke was a
like
quarter.
I say,
I ran
the majority of the people are saying, the majority of the people that's for the cell phones, because of the thing that happened in Texas at the end of the school year.
Who you gonna call? SWAT?
But Black, that's the thing. This is the thing with the cell phone. Okay, if you have your cell phone, if you allow it, don't cut it on in the class. We snuck cell phones to school. We did. But at the end of the day, we couldn't have it on in class. You got kids in the middle class with their cell phone. Put that cell phone up. These are bad motherfuckers. My mama paid this bill. Well, I tell you what, you heard that? You man, Black, and what? Well, tell your daddy when I snatched that bitch out of my bad, John. Excuse me. But
no. Hey, we'll keep it real show around here.
When I snatched that bitch out their hand,
well, I do. They don't.
When I snatched it out of his hand, tell your daddy, not your mama. I meant that. I don't want to. I ain't gonna lie. A woman to give me every time. I would respect a woman. I was taught to respect women, but a man, I'm gonna stand 10 toes every time. Win, lose, draw.
Well, to answer Greg's question, the only reason, and like you say, you have a daughter.
I got 2 sons, 2 daughters.
You have 2 daughters. Okay.
Yeah, 2 daughters.
Now,
125.
if that daughter left home and she's just now getting into adolescence, I'm gonna say 12, 13, period age, and she comes on her period, she don't want nobody to know in the office that she's on her cycle. She wraps her shirt, her gym shirt, around her waist because she has the blood showing. And so she has a cell phone to say, "Hey, Daddy, can you get somebody to come pick me up if you at work? Because I didn't know I was coming on, and I need to leave home. I've had an accident." So the cell phones outside of the classroom, I'm with for those situations. Or let's just say somebody talking about they finna beat your son up. It's a group of guys finna jump your son and after school. So if he has his cell phone on him, he can call you and say, "Hey, Dad, can you come to school to pick me up? Or can you come get me and we gonna ride down to the store? Because I know you ain't gonna let him run. So you gonna let him go down there and you ready to get out the car." You know what I'm saying? So or the SUV. So if he have his phone, he can let Daddy know, and if Daddy at work, Daddy can call his partners, "Hey man, I need you to swoop by there and pick up Junior because they trying to jump it." So the point of the phone outside of the classroom, I'm with. But as you say, what's the purpose of having a phone in the classroom?
Right.
I don't
leave it in your pocket. See, it goes back what I said.
But Black, even then, you go to the principal's office and use the phone.
That's what I just said.
Yeah.
That's what I did. That's what
Jay also said too. I mean, I feel y'all on that because I feel you on that.
Hey, Black, it'd be just like if they took away speed. I ain't never hit nobody's speed, but that don't mean they're gonna let me, like I'm in London somewhere, ride 90, because Greg got a safe record. He ain't had a wreck since 12th grade. So let Greg speed and make Black drive 65.
Dude.
So what happened? The law is people mess up things like guns. Like I told you, I've been had a gun since I was 11th grade. My daddy thought it was wise enough to give me I had a 9mm. Never pulled it out. But I did hunt. I sure did, and I get my license. You know what I'm saying? So you can't get everybody no gun.
Let me speaking of Houston, I stopped coming in because in Lufkin, every ticket I ever got, I got in Lufkin. I got 3 tickets in Lufkin.
I don't know who on here, but there's races in Lufkin. You're going to get stopped there anyway. You should have had some door 10. You can't let them see in Lufkin. They're going to welcome you to Lufkin.
Say Black.
Yeah. 3 times. Like, I ain't paid none of them tickets. And
we got about 6 minutes, man. So we can go ahead and wrap this up on the all
right, Fat Boy, finish up.
Yeah. We gonna go ahead and wrap it up.
Man, at the end of the day, I feel like in Bastrop, if people start holding themselves and their kids accountable, a lot more would be better. It'll be a lot better if situations go on. Miss Taylor, I appreciate you. I call you the Miss Joe Clark, but no disrespect, but I like what you're doing. If y'all want change, y'all need to get behind that supporter. Support the football team. Let the coaches coach and let the people speak.
Right. Man, appreciate you, Fat Boy, man. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, appreciate you for laying over to Fat Boy.
Greg, you got any last remarks, man?
No, I'm proud to be on here, and I think my calling, I tell everybody, I'm a county major. People think I'm gonna be a minister, but I think my calling is to help our people. Not just our people, I just want to help the kid. I want to be the peacemaker. So I'm gonna start coming home and start trying to do some things. Because I think God ain't left me on this earth for no reason. I lost a lot of best friends, 35, 30. And all this stuff reminds me of some of the things. A lot of them got lost because parents were being so flexible. Right. We got to be parents. I tell my daughter, I took her phone. She didn't like it. But now we back in love. You can't answer the phone. I pay the bill. I turn it off. Right. Then she want to call me. So we got to be parents. And parents don't be loved all the time. Teachers, your favorite teacher is the one that used to be on your nerves, you say. Right now, you ask her, who's your favorite teacher? That one that stayed on your butt. And I want to be, like I said, I think the rest of my life, I don't know if I got 1 day left, 2 minutes, or a lot. I want to start giving back. And I appreciate for being on here. Like I said, I don't usually do stuff after work. But I was waiting on this. When DJ Black said, get on at 8, I was already waiting at 6:15, 7. You know, because I think it's very important. When I hear anything about Morehouse Parish, I think Morehouse now, not just Maruge Delta. And I'm going to let y'all go. I think about Morehouse as a journey. It needs help. And I feel for our city, our towns. So I love everybody there. I don't care if it might hurt what we're saying, but at the end of the day, they're going to appreciate it. Or not, they're going to be looking at the kids crossing some bars or in a casket upside down.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, Fat Boy. Appreciate you, Greg. Hey, Jay, you got anything closing out?
Well, I said my bit in that last spiel that I had, but again, parents need to just be parents. Parent your kids, because you are just as much a part of their failure as you are their success. So if you're not teaching your child to be successful, then you are contributing to their failure. So teach your child respect, regardless of who it is. Teach your child that you need knowledge. So you need to learn in order to develop the mentality on where you want to go.
Right.
So whether you go to college, not to college, whatever it is, because everyone can't be a doctor. So we need all type of occupations to run the world.
Correct.
So whatever you do, teach your child to be the best at what they are going to do and what they're going to be, and contribute to your child, but into your child to make this world a better space for them.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate it. Hey, Black, go ahead and land the plane, man.
My thing is, the parents, the world is negative enough. We do not need the parents rewarding children for being disrespectful. Even with mine, I don't reward bad behavior. I don't reward bad behavior. So it's like, if you do something disrespectful or what I consider bad behavior, you get punished and not rewarded. So when them kids was running up that hall, acting an ass, dissing the principal, the parents were supposed to say, hey, that was disrespectful. I understand you guys want your cell phones, you want to wear your hoodies, you want to be heard, but at the same time, you have to respect that teacher. Right. You have to respect that principal. You have to respect that school and the students that's in that school. It's a way to do anything. So the fact that they did that outrage, that Fat Boy considered a riot, I didn't think of that, but it was more of a riot than a protest. So my thing is, parents need to stop being friends per se with the child. Know when to be a friend and know when to be a parent. And when them kids was running up and down that hall, terrifying the educators, threatening the educators as well as the principals, you guys are supposed to say, hey, I see what y'all were trying to do, but that was wrong. That was messed up how y'all tried to do it. I understand that you guys are tired of this, tired of that, but that was wrong. But the parents didn't. And then you have people that they look up to saying, I'm so proud they stood up for something, and I'm proud of them. So when they go to school next week or the next day and tell the teacher to kiss their ass, you supported that. When that teacher say, come in this office and sit down because you violated a school policy, and they say, well, I don't feel like I need to do that, you supported that. Wow. So you cannot congratulate the teens of today. Their mentality is totally different than 10 years ago, than 20 years ago, and damn sure than 30 and 40 years ago. So when you support a child being disrespectful to an adult today, hell, they don't respect the parents at home. Majority of them don't respect the parents at home. So for you to uphold them in their wrong in the streets, which is school is considered the streets, if they don't respect you at home, that teacher, that vice principal, that principal, that coach, they're gonna have hell with that child. And I was telling Phantom the other day, he was like, man, what's going on with Bastard? Why they team not doing the Carol whoop them out of their pants? Yeah. And I'm like, look how little our guys were. Everybody dropping out of school. The parents are allowing these kids to drop out of school as soon as they turn 15, 16, whatever the legal age is to drop out of school. The parents are allowing them kids to drop out of school. So we don't have much to choose from. Back when Mack and them was in school, and then they merged Bastrop and Delta, you had big guys, you had everything. Now it's what's left. And the little guys are what's left because they are respectful to their parents. Wow. And they trying to do something. They trying to carry on the legacy of Bastrop High. But all the big kids that could support the team and carry them to a championship, they done dropped out of school. They thugging. They selling drugs now. They got babies to take care of. They going to jail. They're dying. So it's like the school don't have much to, they need to drop it down to whatever the lowest 3A, 4A, whatever the lowest is, they need to drop it because we're never going to get another championship or have a winning season because the guy's too little. And it's because the parents are being friends and afraid of the child and letting these kids do whatever they want to do. It's no structure in the home. So if you don't have structure in the home or respect in the home, how do you expect them to have it in the streets or when they go to school or if they ever get a job? Exactly. So my thing is the parents need to stop being kids, stop being friends to the kids, and let them know that was messed up what they did. Because everybody support that, the kids just say, hey man, we don't want to do nothing today. Let's do another ride. Let's run up the hall and act a fool. Let's pull the fire extinguisher. Let's act a fool. You know what I'm saying? So that's really all you did. You act a fool. You got on news for acting a fool, but you still a F school. Right. So my thing is, if you're a student with straight A's and B's and not part of the F crowd and you act a fool, we'll look at that a little different. But if you ain't no better than the F crowd, that was real messed up. And I was very disappointed in how the students handled that. Wow. In the future, if y'all want to do a protest, just go sit on the lawn, man. Just get everybody out the class, y'all sit on the lawn, make it peaceful. But running up and down the hall acting goddamn fool, that's all you did. You act a monkey, you was being a nigga. So and I can't support that. I understand your pain, but hell, a fucking hoodie and a cell phone and y'all acting a fool, y'all need to be saying we need to get some teachers up in here that's gonna teach us something. Right. So I can't, I'm glad that you call yourself standing for something. Make this your first time standing for nothing. And in the future stand for something, because that's bullshit. I'm just gonna keep it real. That was bullshit. Right. Some hoodies and a goddamn cell phone. I understand the cell phone, but like I said, they going through the school board for that. That's when your parents should have been packed up at the damn school board meeting instead of everybody sitting in a chair. Right. When they had the school board meeting, all these parents are so proud of their kid for standing for something, you should have had your ass or representative down there at the school board office, at the school board meeting, voicing your opinion, letting them know how important it is for your child to have a cell phone. Instead of they had chairs left over in the meeting. Mark Mark's I can't remember his last name, but Mark Moore Jr. Mark Moore Sr. showed the video. He does it every year. I mean, every time they have a meeting, the seats were empty. Few people were sitting in the seats. That's when the people should have been standing all on the wall trying to get in there. That meeting should have been packed because your child just acted a fool and you pat that child on the back. That meeting should have been packed. When I went on his page to see how many people was at the meet and they were sitting in seats, Bash were full of shit. So that's all I'm saying. I'm just keeping it. I keep it 1,000 on mine. But the deal is that's my complaint. I'm glad the kids decided they wanted to stand for something. I'm proud of that. But on the same note, you stood for the wrong thing, though. Cell phones and hoodies is gonna be no matter how much you act a fool, at the end of the day, it's the school board's decision. So if anything, instead of clowning at the school, you should have been down at the school board with your signs, with your little paper made signs, acting an ass at the school board meeting. But we didn't hear nothing at the school board meeting. They're the ones that make things happen. But you would go to the school and terrorize these teachers. They gotta say, when they leave their husbands or their wives, they gotta say, oh well, I gotta go to this hellhole. It's a hellhole. It's nothing positive. So it's just messed up. And I think that the teaching system there is going to be messed up from here on to the end of the school year, because they done seen that the teachers know who don't like them, the principals know who don't like them. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be a rough school year, and with the school already in F mode, I just don't see it bouncing back. So that's just my take on it. I don't get it. And what you got to say, Brizzle? What you think about it with the structure? Give us your say so on the structure.
Man, just real quick, to protest properly, and we gonna land the plane to protest properly. You got to have an agenda. You got to have the support, and really, Bastrop is. You looking at the bottom of in the country. You below in the below 50s. You 2% in math proficiency. So you at the bottom of everything. So now you got to focus on the education that you need to have in order to effectively protest. Because I've been in plenty of protests, but it's a way that you protest. And until we do that, and you go to the school boards and be involved, what you did was fruitless, and it's showing you and because I've seen schools closed in Bastrop. Like Brother Greg said, man, it ain't nothing for them to close schools in Bastrop, because that's something that they can do and ship them children off. And if you go into Ouachita Christian, they ain't gonna play with you. They'll kick you out of Ouachita Christian. Ouachita High School, they'll kick you out of Ouachita High School with the foolishness. So you gotta be able
a lot of them trying to go to Sterling. No, they not Sterlington material.
Yeah, so
Sterlington ain't gonna play with them.
You go
Bigman too.
Yeah, you go with these schools with the white man that he is not gonna tolerate it a bit. So that's my take on it. I spoke on it. Black, you just spoke on it. We speak on it, and what we got.
We out. Like I say, it's happening, so we might as well speak on it. Appreciate you, Greg. Appreciate you, Fat Boy. I'm gonna have y'all on more things. Just check out the topics and see what you want to comment on. But being that Greg, who he is, Greg can't speak on a lot of stuff we speak on. We speak on relationships and how these women be out there, messing over these guys, and how them guys be sneaky leaking. So we talk a lot about that. But if you see something you can sneak in and just give your past experience on, because I'm sure the wife know the new you, but you can educate them on the past you, because like I said, even though you was humble when you was college,
right,
you was a beast. So we're gonna leave that at that. I don't want to put your business out there, but appreciate you, Fat Boy. But yeah, y'all do need the link. So when we get off, I'm probably gonna inbox the numbers and get y'all rolling. Because Greg comes to Louisiana a lot. I don't really dip in there unless I'm making money. So it's you know, but if I have to make a special meeting because all of us will be in the same place, I'll do that. But yeah, let's get some money rolling. And yeah, we can get together and talk dollars. Because like I say, Greg know how to multiply that dollar, big man.
Hell yeah.
We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So get at us, man. We spoke on it, speak on it. It's happening. We'll speak on it. Appreciate everybody. We out. Hey, go check out Rob.